and other staff who were deployed on the flood duty, some of the beneficiaries, people who were affected during the floods, and all others who are present on this occasion, to a very warm welcome from the government of Andhra Pradesh. As you are aware, Andhra Pradesh experienced heavy depression over the Bay of Bengal and had a very strong, very high rainfall with nearly 240% deviation from 29th August to 3rd September. NTR district alone received 345.6 mm of rainfall against 20 mm of normal rainfall, which is 1,553% of the normal rainfall in this period. On one side, we had Krishna warnings, Krishna river warning 3 times during this period, and it crossed the 3rd level warning, and the final discharge was more than double of the 3rd level warning, and it reached a discharge of 11.43 lakh cusecs against the whole design capacity of 11.9 lakh cusecs. The depression also hit the north coastal districts and caused heavy damages in the other districts also, and we had even Godavari level rising, and we had Godavari warnings and submergence and flood effects in many of the Godavari bank villages also. However, you would see that in spite of the heavy flood effects, especially in Vijayawada town and other places, the government mobilized itself under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, and the Honorable Chief Minister camped here in the collectorate for continuously 11 days, sir, at that time, sir, continuously for 11 days, which is a record in its own, that CM has camped in the collectorate for 11 days, conducted morning teleconferences, conducted evening meetings with all the officers involved, and meetings were conducted at 9 p.m. in the night as a uniform procedure. You can imagine the type of effort. That full day was spent on the relief operations, and then field relief operations at 9 p.m. CM himself, all the ministers, all the MPs, all the MLAs were on the field. In fact, ministers were sitting in the control room. Ministers were working round the clock, and I think this is one of the very, very special features of this flood relief operations. In fact, there are many other firsts, like Andhra Pradesh has already got a national recognition for utilizing drones, first time in a flood relief operation. It was never used, and it is all under the guidance of the Honorable Chief Minister. The drones were used for the first time. Another special feature was that we deployed senior officers, senior IS officers, and many other senior officers in each field ward, which is something which was never done earlier. And no doubt the distress was very heavy because the water has reached up to first floor level, and distress was very heavy, and we were successful. We had the assistance of Government of India. We deployed NDRF teams. NDRF teams were flown from as far as Agartala and Ludhiana for us. We deployed Army helicopters, Air Force helicopters and Navy helicopters. We had an Army team helping the irrigation department in restoration of the breaches which had occurred. So this flood was also many firsts, setting up new benchmarks for all of us to follow up on that. Honorable CM has taken further instructions, and yesterday again he had a review meeting on strengthening of the control rooms, having a central control room, having more data from each and every aspect which we are working, and you will see many more thrusts to come on disaster relief in the coming days. One of the major First is that immediately after the enumeration, we had an integrated system of apps for enumeration of all the damages, and all the reports were conducted, and we were not limited to only the damages of house and the agriculture fields. We even enumerated damages to the motor vehicles. We also enumerated the damages to the other electronic equipment. Again, another first which again Honorable CM guided us on was on immediate insurance state settlement, claim settlements, immediate meetings with banks for assistance to the flood affected people, and also the mobilization of the mechanics through the existing players as well as new players to set up this whole providing relief and repair services for each and everything to bring back the life to normal as much as possible. I would also say that the relief measures which Honorable CM announced are much higher than the norms of the NDRF and SDRF, and we have sanctioned a much higher relief, and we will have a detailed presentation on that after this. Today, we meet to distribute those relief to the affected families, and this is for all over the state, and it ranges from agriculture, horticulture, sericulture, animal husbandry, fisheries, handlooms, handicrafts, cattle sheds, livelihood sources, even people who are first floor or second floor and could not work during this flood affected period, auto rickshaws, push carts, commercial shops who could not do business, all those people have been covered under our relief measures, and we will have a detailed things. With this introduction, I will stop, and I will request Mr. Sisodia to make a presentation on the relief and other steps in this direction. Thank you very much for coming here, and we will request for Mr. Sisodia to make a presentation.
Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Ministers, all the Honorable Public Representatives, People's Representatives, Officers, different associations, bankers, insurance agencies, as explained by respected Chief Secretary, the state has witnessed an unprecedented level of calamity this year. Never before in the history of Andhra Pradesh has there been such severe floods occurring in the state, impacting almost 13 lakh people, impacting 905 villages, 27 towns. In 10 days time period, 3 deep depressions were formed in Bay of Bengal, causing widespread rains in the catchment areas and the basins of Krishna and Godavari. In a span of 12 days, 3 times warnings were first level